Hi, there are 3 questions that will help you get to your minimalist EDC. So I'm going to go through those. So stick around and you'll find the best way to have the minimal carry, but still have everything that you need for the day. And here's mine, and we'll go through why I've chosen the things that I have in my minimalist EDC. The first question is, what are the essential items that I need to use every day? So thinking about these essential items, what am I going to have with me? So first of all, my watch, and of course, my phone. And it doesn't really matter which watch and phone as long as it works. I like this Citizen because it looks good, it's fairly robust. I don't need to charge it because it's solar powered, and I've had this for 3 or 4 years now. So they're the basic. Then the other thing that I always have with me is a minimalist wallet. So this fits in my front pocket. I have a couple of extra things in there, which I'll talk about later. Then of course, there's my keychain. And this has my house keys on, so I don't go anywhere without it. I have a Gerber shard as well, so I have a minimal toolkit when I fly. I like to have a torch. And this is the i3E EOS. And I have my car key as well. So I would say that's my pretty minimalist carry. One last thing that I'd add in is I'm an older guy and I do like a pocket handkerchief. So I have one of these clean every day. I use it if I have a sniffle. If I've got a stinking cold, I switch to tissues. I don't want to infect anybody. So for me, these are the essential items that I use every day. I wouldn't leave the house without these. I could add a knife, but you know, I can manage without a knife at times. So these are the essential items. Have a think about, are yours the same? Are they different? And you might rate it differently. You might think that a knife is essential for you. If you're in the US, you might have some personal protection as well. In the UK, we're not allowed pew-pews. So this is my essential carry. Let's go on to question number 2. What are the situations that I commonly find myself in where I need a specific tool? So I've already mentioned one, and that's my flashlight. So, and again, the screwdriver as well. So not everybody will need this, but for me, I live in the country at night, and especially in the winter when the nights are early, I need a flashlight if I drop something. So that for me, I had it on my essential list, but it could fit into here as well. Other things that might be included could be a screwdriver of some sorts. So this is the Stanley 4-in-1, and it has 4 screwdrivers. You might decide you need to have a screwdriver in your pocket or a pair of pliers. So it depends what you come across. I tend not to use pliers much at all. So I don't have those in there. One of the things that is key for me is a pair of scissors. So I tend to use scissors a lot. Not necessarily in this format, but I definitely like to have scissors. For somebody else, it could be that a lighter is key. You could be a smoker. I don't encourage smoking. Personally, I've never smoked, but it might be useful. Or if you've got a wood burner and so you're going to be lighting stuff at various times throughout the day. So think about what these things are. What sort of screwdrivers do you need? It could be that you need a precision screwdriver like this Hoto. Now this has lots of bits, but it depends on your job, and it also depends where you're going to carry this. Now, as I said, I'm a bit of a minimalist EDC person, so I won't carry all of those things like that. I'll always have my key ring, and then I use a small pocket knife, and in this case I use the Midnight Manager. And the reason I picked this is because it has a small Phillips screwdriver on it. It has a flashlight as well as a backup. It has a small blade. It has a nail file and a small flathead. It has scissors, and it also has an emergency pen. So for me, this meets that next level up from my absolute essential, and I'm pretty much moving this into the essential category actually. So the second question, what are the situations where you definitely will need some specific tools? Which are those? And then to make sure that you can carry them. You can maybe do it in one small package like this. If you're allowed, you could carry a Leatherman, but it's starting to bulk out your pockets. Alternatively, you could use a slightly larger Swiss arm, a larger Swiss Army knife, or even a single bladed knife like this. If part of your everyday work is to cut things, then a larger knife like this Spyderco UK PK could be useful for you. If you want something a bit more slim but stylish, then you could go for the Victorinox Bantam A-Locks. Super slim and easy to carry. So that's question number 2. So we've gone for the essential. We've gone for the things that you really need. Now let's look at some of the convenient items. Now I've already mentioned one, and that's the cap lifter. So if you look in my carry, I normally have at least 2 cap lifters with me. It doesn't mean I drink that much beer, but I just, 2 is 1 and 1 is none. So it's always handy to have those. So the cap lifter might be one of the things. Another thing might be a sewing kit or safety pins. It could be a band-aid or pry bar. Now I have the mini pry bar with the Gerber shard, and it could be a lighter, as I said. It could be anything else that you think is essential. And for that, I tend to carry these in a small pouch, or I have things that fit in my wallet. So one example of that is I have this Fresnel lens. Now this is a new one. I haven't used this one yet. The one that I had used, I gave away to somebody who'd lost their glasses. Being an older chap, my eyesight is not fantastic, and I make sure I have one of these with me all the time in case I either lose, break, or just have misplaced my glasses. So very handy to have. It's meant to be suitable to be used as a fire starter as well. I haven't tried that yet, but I will do. So I always have that Fresnel lens with me. And it fits nice and easily in my minimalist wallet. The other thing, I've just realized now that I actually have a third cap lifter hidden in here. Let's see if I can get it out. So this also has a trolley token and 2 screwdrivers, and maybe a third if you include the end there, and it's another cap lifter. I really don't drink that much beer, but so this is quite useful. So I have that in my wallet. So looking at some of these items that I have, and it depends where you live. Where I live, you can get ticks. So I've got tick removers. I've got some medication, so some Imodium and some flu capsules. I've just used the paracetamol, which I need to replace. I have some alcohol wipes. I have some Gorilla Tape. I have a sewing kit with safety pin and some tweezers, some Victorinox tweezers, because I don't have tweezers on my Midnight Manager. I have a cable tie, some Post-its to write on, a couple of these small tabs, which are great. They're hand towels if you put them in water. I have a couple of band-aids I need to replace. I need to put some more in. I have some Sugru, which is a moldable plastic that you can use for repairs. I have an emergency £20, a spare pen, some super glue, and a spare battery. And this is common for my i3E EOS. So I fit a lot in this pouch. Now, I am not going to pretend that I carry this in my pants pockets, trouser pockets all the time. I mean, in the summer, I don't. In the winter, I'll have this in a jacket pocket because it's really small and it doesn't take up much room. In the summer, I tend to only use it if I go out with a rucksack or I have it in my work bag. But these are the convenient items. So having them near me, especially when I'm out and about, is really useful. I've used the super glue. I managed to cut a big chunk in my thumb with an axe, and I use super glue to glue it together, and it's healed up really well now. I mean, don't cut your thumb, that's the first thing, but super glue is great for a load of things. These are single-use capsules, which are great, and there's no chance of it drying out because it's sealed. So you just snip the top off and it's ready to go. So I hope that's given you a good insight into the 3 questions. So what are the essential items I use every day that I need to have? What are the common situations where I need specific tools? And then what are the convenience things that it's good to have with me? And I think between these, here we've got 3 layers of convenience here that you can carry on your person. There is another layer outside this, and that's what I might have in my work bag. And this I've got in another video, but this is a small tool pouch, so I keep a lot of tools in there. Or another option is to have stuff on your belt. So Knipex, a bit driver, and another pocket knife. So really, it's about deciding these different levels. I always have a toolkit in my work bag or in my rucksack. I'm working on a toolkit for the car as well. Not for car maintenance. I'm not great at car maintenance, but something that you want to have with you if you're out and about and you can help somebody. So I'll show that later on. Hope you found this useful. Let me know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to give me a like, and why not check out this video or this playlist. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.